Oh, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket thread glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Shannon.
Live from Stadium Field on the campus of Darien High School, it's Varsity Boys Soccer on the DAF Media Network. Tonight, under the lights, on senior night, it's the Darien Blue Wave taking on the St. Joseph Cadets. Hi, everybody. I'm Damian Andrews. So glad you could be with us for this special broadcast, DAF Media. Senior night for the boys soccer team here at Stadium Field. And it is a pleasure to have the gentleman standing next to me on the call this evening. Both Darien alums, Jay Alter and Eric Canigan. And gentlemen, Eric, you played for Darien head coach John Bradley. Special night, senior night, and this should be a good one.
Damian, thanks for having me back. It's great to be here, and like you said, these night games are something special, and of course senior night adds that extra little element to it. So let's hope for a good fixture tonight. I know St. Joe's doesn't have the highest record in the FCAC, but the FCAC is a competitive conference, so we'll expect them to put out a good showing tonight.
Jay, and as always, it's great to have you on another call. How about this? Your second call. Jay Alter, of course, doing big things for ESPN, a Darien alum, and calling some soccer tonight at his alma mater.
Damian, it was 8 years ago that Eric was taking the field, and I was videoing it for Blue Wave News. And now to be back on senior night under the lights, there were no lights all the way back. And this is a really cool gesture from John Bradley, player who's been out, Cole Bronca, senior captain, with a knee injury. He's been gone all season. They're actually going to let him take the opening kick.
Yeah, this is something new for me, but, you know, credit to John. This is definitely probably a special moment for a player who hasn't gotten to touch the fields like he would have expected to this year. So well done for John and both teams for participating. And
I would have let him take a shot at goal.
Who knows? It could have gone in.
Can you use one of the crutches to knock the defenders out of the way?
You know, come that 88th minute, they may need that, just that extra bit of physicality. But, again, very nice gesture, and great to see John embracing the senior there.
That is Cole Bronca, who unfortunately had his season cut short due to a season-ending knee injury, and John Bradley making sure that he touches the field on senior night. There's more than 20 Darien seniors, so that's a lot to try and manage and get onto the field today.
Yeah, and these games always add an interesting dynamic, just in that you do want your seniors to get on the field. You know, some may not get as much game time as others, but they play a huge role in practice and coming to those training sessions and really giving it their all and contributing in other ways that may be outside of the pitch. So it's nice that they get recognized tonight, and hopefully have a good game tonight on a beautiful occasion.
10 of those Darien seniors on the field to start this game. The lone not seniors, the freshman goalie, Thomas Bronca.
Yeah, I know Damien and I have called a couple games so far this season, and normally it's Lehan and net, but tonight Bronca gets the start, so it's some good game experience again at the varsity level. The St. Joe side is not going to be the toughest side you come up against in the FCAC, but anything at this level will help just gain that confidence.
So Darien has been eliminated from FCAC competition in the sense that they won't be able to get into the tournament. But they are on their way to the state playoffs, and that's an opportunity to keep their season alive.
Yeah, again, the FCAC is such a tough conference, so it's not too surprising that a team could miss out when they do have a solid year, but they will have to focus their efforts on that state tournament, which I know I've seen before. Anything really can happen in such a big field, so they've got to keep the momentum up and on into the postseason.
And a game like this is a really good way to put some points on the board because seeding is so crucial in that tournament. So try and take advantage of a team in St. Joe's that only has one win on the season. Get some confidence going into postseason play.
Yeah, that's a great point, Jay. As we see McElhose making a good run up the field. He is this team's enforcer in the midfield typically. It'll be interesting to see if John wants him to push further up. Again, in some of these fixtures, you have a little more flexibility in terms of your play style and letting players roam a bit and try other positions. Perhaps John wants to find that perfect combination for the state tournament, but I'm sure he'll try and stick to his guns for a good portion of this game, although we do see Sears pushing further up the field, almost in that striker position, so we'll have to watch how that plays out.
St. Joe's with a counterattack. Great through ball. Bronca charges and clears.
Well done off his line. That was a great through ball, and it looks like Lewicki there, who was charging forward, number 4 for St. Joe's. But great heads-up play by Bronca to come off his line quickly and get that one out of bounds.
Sears, who usually is in the midfield, dropping back. Can't connect.
Yeah, it's interesting. No matter where you put a player on the field, they do have that tendency to fall back where they normally play. And you saw there he kind of dropped back to get the ball in the midfield area, which is where you typically will find him.
Well, it's a team, Eric, that's been light in the scoring department, so you may want to try and experiment with your most talented player up top.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. You know, most of this team's goals have come from set plays, corner kicks, and free kicks. So John will be looking for, again, maybe a different formula, a different approach to get some shots on, let's say, a weaker St. Joe's side.
So to show our age a little bit, when it was your senior day back in 2012, or 2011 actually, no lights. This
Correct.
is not brand new, but new to kind of our generation. No black jerseys either. I mean, how much of a boost? I know it's silly, but a jersey and playing a night game on a senior night, what kind of boost does that give you as a player?
No, it's not silly at all. I think you make a great point. You know, those jerseys are just something a little bit extra and something different for the team to look forward to and kind of have as a sense of pride. Again, this blue track is brand new. It just creates an ambiance that frankly was not here 8-9 years ago. And it does kind of give something the team to look forward to. So it's a great occasion, again, and great conditions for a senior night. And it's really something that Darien does deserve. So kudos to those who put it in place. It's a great facility and a great program they have.
St. Joe's trying to dink it forward. Cleared out of the back. St. Joe's, the Cadets keeping 5 on that back line, and you might look at the record and say, okay, only 1 win on the season. They'll be easy to break down. But, again, they're just as fired up to be playing under the lights. And when you're playing 5 in the back, really tough to kind of find those holes.
It is, and alongside with the tactics, you know, there is that emotional side of things where you almost do want to go into an away senior night and play the role of spoiler. You know, typically teams will schedule their senior game against an easier side. So St. Joe's has every reason to come out here and, you know, make Darien remember why they shouldn't schedule a senior night game against them.
Did anybody play you guys on their senior night? your senior year?
Yeah, so we played at the Oval for our senior day. Stanford played us, actually, who had a pretty decent team. But I believe Kevin Steinthal had a goal that game. So it was nice to see a lot of players get on the pitch.
I remember that name, one of the most talented players in your senior class, who was very influential in that West Hill game, I remember.
We'll see a great chance for Darien here, and he cuts it back to
Sears. Oh, he just pushed it wide. How did he not finish?
I don't know. That was a bit of Andy Carroll there, just hitting it wide of the right post. You see he took it with his left foot. Normally he's so good, but I think the bounce just made it a little awkward.
John Joe finishes that.
From here, the angle's really tough to see. I actually thought it hit the back of the net. I expected it to, but again, great opportunity for Sears. Just wishes he will put that away.
But you talk to Coach Bradley, those are the type of goals that Darien have lacked this season, where the buildup is perfect and it's everything but the finish. But
Correct.
another opportunity here. Holly chasing it down, keeps it in play. Showing off the dribbling skills. Trying to flick it on, and St. Joe's does well.
Darien almost will wish that hadn't been called for a throw-in,
Right.
but like you said, you know, Darien, those are really kind of those poacher opportunities, right place, right time. Having the composure to slot that away. Again, I think Sears was a little unlucky with the bounce there. He is an enormously talented player, but those really are the chances from open play that Darien have been lacking.
Jacob Grimm throws it into the mixer, looking for a bounce. It's loose, and St. Joe's clears it, but it only goes as far as the Darien midfield. George Holt had an opportunity, but the senior decided to put it on Cage, and that's going to be a very easy one to clean up. Really tough game to manage if you're John Bradley, too. More than 20 seniors. Obviously, you want everybody to try and touch the field on senior day, but winning is what's most important. And you have to find that balance. Tough foul here, dangerous area.
Yeah, this is a perfect spot for St. Joe's to hopefully take advantage, or not hopefully I should say, but hopefully for them to take advantage of a great opportunity in a game that's kind of had them back in their own side of the field. They'll have a set play here with a free kick. As we see the St. Joe's player just getting off his feet there. Looks to pick up a slight knock, but he is back at it. And it looks like Pachaka here is lining up for the free kick.
The freshman. I think it's Pachacha.
Pachacha. Pardon me. Pachacha will have this opportunity here.
Diminutive player, but let's see how he strikes the ball.
He's lining up to hit it with his left.
There's a lot of cage that Tommy Bronca has left open.
Could this be the St. Joe's Messi here with the free kick?
Pachacha! Just over.
And it did look like he was lining that one up well. It was a good effort, but just too high over the crossbar.
That's exactly where you want to place it, though.
It is. I think he just had a little too much power on it, but it is hard to kind of combine topping the wall, but also keeping it low enough so it doesn't sail over. Great touch from Sears. Again,
said it, and that's a foul. Charlie Sears very good at just kind of commanding that area in between 30 and 30.
Yep, he is end to end. He's very talented. He's what you'd call a box-to-box midfielder, can play defense and start an attack with his passing. And we'll see here, he's lining up for this free kick. Hopefully we'll see that longer passing range. Darien's own John Joe Shelby.
Mm-hmm. He can pick a pass better than just about anyone in southwestern Connecticut. Right on the money again, cleared well by St. Joe's to get ahead to that daunting Charlie Sears ball in. This should stay with the Blue Wave, and it does. Well, they signaled that it was Darien ball, yeah.
Another good long throw, but just can't get on the end of it.
Henry Harmon in trouble here. St. Joe's chasing. And a giveaway.
Darien manages to get that one out, but Harmon did find himself under pressure and couldn't get that clearance over St. Joe's midfields, but
that one, a dangerous touch. Darien does well to clear it away. It's been a lot of possession, a lot of command for Darien, but a little more than 10 minutes through this opening half and nothing to show for it.
Yeah, I think what I've seen in the couple of Darien games I've watched is there is a lot of back and forth, kind of hesitant play. And probably, I'd say, once we cross the 15-minute mark in terms of time left in the half, I think we will see a goal. It is just that initial back and forth kind of chess match here. And I would put good money on the fact that a goal could come from a set play. It's just Darien's way of scoring this season.
If you look at Darien's recent form, they're playing their best soccer at the right time. October headed into November. Postseason soccer not too far away as Darien tries to make a state championship run.
Yeah, really at this level, a lot of it comes down to momentum and how much the coach can rally the players and how much the players have belief in their own team to continue to push forward into those colder games in November.
Coach Bradley, he's used to a team making a run this time of year.
Oh, great punch from Bronca there.
And Darien can move into the counterattack. Plenty of space in the middle of the field, instead they send it long.
Yeah, I think that was Vetter on the right side looking for a through ball to Sears. Did not come off.
High pressure from Darien, looking for a turnover. Great dribble, a dribbling boost. Under the lights here in Darien, St. Joe's launching into an attack.
Oh, and here's Pachacha. Just gets the ball nicked off of him.
I'll tell you what, this is our first time seeing St. Joe's, obviously. This does not look like a 1-in-15 team.
No, and I'm not sure what a 1-in-15 team looks like, but they've been playing quite well tonight. They have some very talented players out there. You'd think they'd just be leaking goals left and right, but they are holding their own. Again, it's the FCIAC conference. No team is really just going to lay over for you. We're seeing that tonight.
Great turn by McElhouse. Plenty of space. Sends it forward. Here's Holly trying to run onto the ball. Can't get there.
It's good experience by the St. Joe's defender there on the far side just to usher that ball out. So they have time to take a breather here. Well, Reichenbach lines up the goal kick. We see Darien again looking to push forward. McElhouse just gets caught out there.
A lot of possession, just trying to find that perfect ball to try and get a goal. St. Joe's back with it. St. Joe's has been struggling to sustain that possession. Darien has had a lot of possession but haven't turned it into a goal. Eric, that's the difficult part of soccer. You can feel, hey, we're dominating. But if you don't have a goal to show for it, and as time ticks on, you're kind of increasingly like, okay, when's it going to come? When's it going to come?
Yeah, that frustration just keeps building up, and it can lead to mistakes where the opposition, where they may not be playing well, they may not be having the Bears' share of possession, but they could nick one and really just set the team back because of that. So the longer and longer you wait, it's just a lot of anxiety building up. again, top players won't let that bother them, and they'll keep pushing and keep their game plan and strategy with some minor tweaks here and there. But Darien will definitely want to try and notch one early.
I mean, yes, we're doing this at the high school level, but even teams like Barcelona in the Champions League, you look at the end of the game, wow, they had 80% possession, but it ends in a 0-0 draw.
Yeah, and that's part of the reason why some people have a hard time watching soccer, just because of the load of possession that you can have without much end product. But on the other hand, a lot of people love it for that reason. It's an art in a sense, that passing and being able to hold on to the ball and the different approaches that teams can take. It is very much a chess match, not a checkers match. You do get some high-scoring affairs, like some may have seen today in the English Premier League, a 9-0 result.
Which is a English Premier League record. Leicester City beating Southampton 9-0. It just goes to show these are professionals. They do this for a living, and you can still go out and lose 9-0.
Yeah, it happens at all levels. It's just interesting, and again, it can be fun to watch if you're not on the receiving ends. But
what was your heaviest defeat as a player?
The Norwalk game, I think, is burned into my mind. I think it was 6 or 5-1 after we made such a promising push during the regular season. That team just outclassed us from beginning to end, had some really talented ball players.
I remember, just some loser writing an article the next day, and it was headlined, "Awful, just awful."
Yeah, I think that it was under that subtitle was Jay Alter, if I recall correctly. But it was true, to be honest, and there's a wake-up call.
Here's Holly poking it through.
Golasso!
Sometimes you just need a little touch, and the senior on senior night, Jack Holly, does just that to put the Blue Wave up 1-0.
And you'll see here, I don't want to say wonder strike, but what a touch there by Holly. Great heads-up play, really to nick that ball past the goalkeeper. And again, they won't care how it's scored.
Well, the goalie was well off his line, out of our camera shot, and Holly put it home.
We got our goal line technology tonight. Safe to say that one crossed the line. And, again, we saw there a misplaced pass. St. Joe's let that ball roll under their feet. Again, it just takes a goal like that really to change the momentum. And Darien, mark my words, I think they'll add another one on here real soon.
Well, now, what we were just talking about for the last 10 minutes, the pressure has been lifted and really the floodgates could open.
Correct.
But St. Joe's trying to pull one back now. Through ball down the line, kept in play.
Lewicki there on the right has shown some great pace throughout the game and a great turn there.
Puts it in, top box. Pachacha couldn't get on the end of that one. Darien steaming away with it. Here's McElhose. Plays it out wide. Great 1-2. Now to the middle.
Look how much space there is now. Sears looking to make a little bit more. Misplaced pass, unfortunately.
He had almost too many options on that.
Yeah, and that was some good passing play there from Darien.
Put into the mixer, looking for Holly again. Sears takes out his own teammate. A freight train in the middle, Charlie Sears.
That was what you call a head-on collision. It's funny, all it took was an interesting build-up to a goal there, and it really has opened this game up significantly. We saw Darien passing through those huge gaps in the midfield, and then just a few seconds later, just now, we see St. Joe's charging forward in all that space. This is a game where anything can happen. Charlie Sears looks like he's asking where the referee's going to dinner tonight.
Sushi hibachi ya.
I think that's on the agenda.
Oh, wow. Anthony Sweeney giving me a shout-out, if you can hear the PA announcer.
I just
Beautiful
started
ball
waving,
into
so they
the
think I'm
box.
Jay Alter.
Well, we're happy to be back on DAF Media. Again, this was not around when we were in high school. If it was, I would have been doing every single game I could get my hands on. So it is cool to come back all these years later and see how what a great setup it is. Not just the broadcast, but the lights, the jerseys, kind of. You even said the blue track. None of this was here.
Yeah, the whole production really has just improved so much. Back in the day, it was you with a handy cam.
Yeah.
I believe no audio.
Well, I had to mute the audio because you'd get all my audio, which was usually not suitable for air at the time. Watching the wonder strikes of Kevin Steinthal and the rest of the team.
Yeah, a couple from Elliot Helligans as well.
He was a fun player.
Those were some of my favorite.
Does it feel like 8 years ago?
No, it doesn't. And it scares me when you keep bringing that up, so we can maybe just stop now. But it doesn't feel like 8 years ago. I guess there have been a lot of changes, but, I think it's been nice to still be in touch as we see a ball over the top there.
Dealt with for now. Darien still pressing.
But it's been great to stay in touch with John Bradley. He obviously was a big mentor, beyond just a great coach, but a great person. So I think, staying in touch with him has kept at least the interest alive and seeing how the program continues to develop.
Well, you were a senior in John Bradley's first year. Now he's in year 9. Imagine if you got 4 years with JB at the helm instead of just 1.
Yeah, you never know how things would have panned out, but he did just pass that impressive record. I think it was 150 wins that he's collected.
Yep.
Which is just crazy.
And that's just on the men's side.
Yeah.
He had a long career in girls soccer as well in the FCAC area.
Yeah, I mean, he's been coaching for a long time. So just a really impressive coach. And as I said, more importantly, I think a person. And he's just a great guy. As we see St. Joe's try and ruin the nostalgia moment for us.
Now look at the hockey line switch, if you will. You're going to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Darien players subbing on. This is all, of course, because of senior night, trying to get as many seniors on the field as possible tonight.
Yeah, I think I see Pedro Coelho come on. Let's run down the list. Chase Caruso, Ethan Fox. Oh, God, I give up. There were, I think, 5 players that came on the pitch.
6.
Christian Achman, I think, did come on as well. And then Bennett Dumas is now on.
Yep, Dumas. He's a junior.
If I missed
but
one,
the other 5 were seniors.
We should get around to it.
But this is part of the challenge, right? I mean, there's only one senior night, and you want to try and get all your seniors on.
Yeah, and it's tough. They did score a goal, and maybe John sees that as enough of just enough to keep them ahead and be comfortable enough to start making changes. But Coelho is a great forward. I don't think these subs are anything but tactical, so I'll be curious to see how they impact the game.
Plenty of space. Playing it long, chasing it down. Christian Achman.
Bennett Dumas making an instant impact there on the left side.
If you're St. Joe's, you can't be upset with how you've played this first half. It was, for them, an unlucky touch that's the difference, not a clean strike at all that found its way past the goalie to the back of the net. Achman charging forward.
He'll need to get rid of that ball, and does, but just puts too much on it there. Yeah, and in fairness, I should have done some research on St. Joe's results from this season just to see how they've been losing these games. But again, it was a bit of a mix-up with Reichenbach in goal. And he did have another questionable moment not too long after, and that's made the difference thus far. Just under the 15-minute mark.
St. Joe's really hasn't sniffed a chance.
No, they haven't.
Playing it long, like a gazelle, charging on. Here's Sears. Showing some versatility. The pass, the finish, not there, but it'll be a corner.
That was a great run from Charlie Sears. He really found that space effectively. and did well to cut that ball back to Coelho, who was just met by the firm chest of Reichenbach.
He took it quickly.
Oh, McElhose.
Get it down, son.
Decent opportunity there. Again, Darien so effective on corners this season. They'll be a little disappointed with that one. We see the replay. Sears just curling that one in. Reichenbach, not quite sure what was going on there. Lucky to see that one over the bar. Looked like a little use of the arm, and it was.
You know, Sears showing his versatility. Again, I don't get to see a lot of the games, but I thought he was more of your controlling center mid. He's done a really nice job on the ball tonight, chasing it down, playing, you know, your number 9 target man type football.
Yeah, I mean, he's played number 9 tonight. He's played almost a false 9 for a bit. He's played your number 10. So he just has that composure and calmness that really is effective in any part of the field at this level.
So maybe John Joe Shelby was not the proper comparison because he's more of your center mid, pick a pass.
Yeah. You thinking anyone else?
Give me the rest of the game. I'll come up with something.
Okay.
Maybe someone on Leicester City after their Premier League breaking 9-0 win today.
Yeah, it could be.
Moise Perez, who had 3 goals. He's more of your center forward type.
Yeah, we'll need some time to iron that one out.
Dumas running into traffic.
Again, Sears getting pushed and pulled in every direction.
He does have to be careful, though, because you don't want to go down too easy. Takes it quickly there. Actually, the head referee is going to have this, I believe, retaken, correct?
Yeah, and it looked like St. Joe's was trying to stick their foot in front of the ball. Poor sportsmanship there. Perhaps gamesmanship. Some may look at it differently, but moral of this story is Charlie Sears will have another opportunity to curl one in.
Great ball. Curling at the proper moment, but almost cleared by a Darien player. Taking a bounce to the back of the net. Chase Caruso in perfect position for a terrific finish.
You'll see the replay here. Caruso just turns and fires it into the back of the net. As we see the alternate angle.
Great
Again,
body control.
Just puts his foot through that one. Reichenbach just not going well for him.
Another ball played forward. Great touch by Sears. The cavalry is coming.
And I think, you know, if that last foul on Sears in the build-up to the goal is any indication, I think we might see a frustrated St. Joe's team, and you just hope things don't spill over as you do right now.
It's funny, soccer's a game of bouncing. I mean, 2 bounces that go Darien's way. I actually thought it was Coelho who almost acted like a center back there. The ball went the other way, but boy,
Yeah.
it ends up falling right to Caruso for the goal.
Yeah, at this level, a lot of those bounces can be dangerous just because of the unpredictability. You know, the turf fields adds a factor into it as well. As we see a foul here on Darien that gives St. Joe's a free kick opportunity.
Now St. Joe's looking for that lucky bounce. Cleared to Sears.
God, we have go-karts going on right in front of us as well.
Sears on the overlap.
I think Sears was going for the miracle ball there. Probably could have gone with a simpler option, but they have the liberty to do so at 2-0. Comfortable lead.
Ball played in. Sears gets ahead to it, knocks it down. Top of the box, flicked on, almost in. Hit the top of the bar. Goalie didn't get a touch to that, so it'll be a goal kick.
This will be a great one. Hopefully we get to see a replay from that new angle.
Here we go.
Here's the original angle. And he says, let's play crossbar challenge, and he wins it. Oh, and look at that. Almost a direct ball right over the Darien's back line.
Now, Darien only playing 2 in the back right now. As other center backs have come forward, you don't want to be exposed.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Here come the Blue Wave.
I think that's better there with some great skill.
Beautiful
great
ball.
touch.
Offside is the call. I didn't see that. Can't really remember a time that St. Joe's got inside the Darien box.
No, I'm thinking back, and I can't either. They haven't had any real clear-cut chances. I think that free kick was probably their best opportunity from Pachacha.
Flicked on beautifully. Here's Caruso, the goal scorer, off to Sears. 3 jerseys on him. Still, the ball almost glued to his right foot, barreling forward, and a foul called. So Charlie Sears has won himself a free kick from about the 25-yard line.
Yeah, it's fun to watch him play there. He almost expects those challenges to come in, stands up straight. You almost wonder if he is continuing to play or not, and then the player comes in and he just does a nice move around them. As we see Darien with a free kick opportunity here. I think from this distance, you really should be crossing it.
Yeah, that was a really questionable call because it was, let me see, Will Henry Harmon who took it, and he's actually scored a lot of goals this year from set pieces, but usually he's on the receiving end heading
correct.
it in. So if you had Sears take it and Harmon in the box, that might have been a better opportunity.
Yeah, it was just an odd angle. I think it was a little too far out.
Very far.
And there was a lot of space behind that St. Joe's back line where they could have exploited it. So we see another line shift here. Much to the crowd's enjoyment, I think a number of more seniors are getting some time on the pitch now.
Well, they're there every day, putting a shift in practice, and for some of them, this is, rare game time on senior night. So they just work just as hard as the normal starters do over the course of the season. So a great moment to get them on the field.
Yeah, and for a lot of people, myself included, it's one of the last kind of games you're going to be playing at a competitive level. So it's nice that they get back in and have that opportunity to play with their teammates who they spend so much time with and support so much. Let's see if Harmon shoots it here. He does have a leg on him.
He does. They send it back to the senior captain.
I was told,
Puts it out.
I think in Darien's game against Ward, John actually asked Will to shoot from the kickoff after they conceded a goal late in the game.
Yeah, that's when you know you have a confident leg.
Yeah, exactly. Not a lot of players can do that. That was unfortunately the game that knocked Darien out of contention to qualify for states. And you see Charlie Sears.
An intimidating force when you see him charging up the field.
It is.
If you're Darien, you'd like to try and find a third goal right before halftime. 2-0. While you've definitely got the game comfortable, a third would really more or less put this thing to bed.
Yeah, well, you see here.
Well, this is what can happen.
Anything can happen. Just as I was about to say, it's really unlikely that St. Joe's will end up getting a result from this match. You just never know.
2-0, weird things can happen, though.
Oh, yeah.
Darien will want to take this one quickly, sending it to Sears. See, I have no problem playing that ball.
As long as the ball
was placed.
Yeah, as long as the ball's not moving, you should have every right to. And again, Charlie has to be cautious here. But those quick set, or I should say,
Sears was in on goal.
Free kicks can be really threatening.
Harmon looking for Sears, just a bit too high.
Yeah, and I think sign of a top player, Charlie Sears, is getting frustrated even when his team is 2-0 up. He knows he can be slotting a couple goals of his own. But just hasn't fallen for him tonight yet, we should say. It'll be interesting to see if John decides to give him a rest in the second half.
Under 2 minutes to play in this first half, which has been a fabulous senior night here in Darien. Happy to bring it to you on the DAF Media Network. Damian Andrew getting the night off. 2 washed up Blue Wave grads taking you through the next hour or so.
I just talking to Damian about how this network has evolved. I think the next step might be a halftime show. I'm more than happy to sit in with John Bradley to talk about the game. You see a good call. Again, Charlie Sears looks to play it quick. That's the downside. Your team might not be ready for it, but good thought there. And some tough challenges in the midfield right now. I don't know if they just put oil on the fields, but
Great
a number
turn.
of players slipping, and a great Rabona and a great.
The Darien plays the advantage, but Cha-Cha gets it back for St. Joe's. Anarchy is completely broken out in the final minute of this half.
We have the student section just below us to the left. I remember it was always fun being a part of that, supporting other teams. Likewise, we have Darien administration making sure they're on their best behavior.
I am trying to think of a single other team besides girls soccer that you supported in your 4 years at Darien.
No, we went to, yeah, maybe. No, I feel like there were some hockey games in there.
Oh, that's right.
And the odd football game.
Great ball in. Final 15 seconds. Braca
scoops that one up into the breadbasket. And I'll look to boot this one up the pitch.
I could go for a breadbasket.
Yeah, I could go for hibachi.
All right, one half of the books.
2-0 to Darien. Pretty good performance. I think they'll know that they can do a little bit more, but end of the day, seniors are getting to play. They are up 2-0 at half, and we'll be taking a brief break.
I'm proud of the work the Darien Foundation has done over the past 20 years. If you live here, our work has likely impacted you, your family, and your neighbors. Since our founding in 1998, we've provided more than $4.2 million in grants, which create opportunity for Darien's youth, support our town's safety and security services, and enhance the overall quality of life in Darien through collaboration with community organizations.
As a family that's relatively new to town and planning to make this our long-term home, I'm grateful to see my community and my family benefit from the Darien Foundation. When I learned that the edible gardens at the elementary schools, the generator at the Darien Library, and the playground by the Sound were all funded by the same organization, I raised my hand to get involved. I'm proud to support an organization whose impact I see every day in our schools and throughout our community.
So far this year, the Darien Foundation has awarded $138,000 in grants to enhance our community. In 2013, the Darien Community Association opened a 4-acre bird sanctuary thanks to a grant from the Darien Foundation. The serene wooded glade has attracted numerous birds, bees, and butterflies, as well as more than 200 school children and other visitors. This year, they added a new pondless waterfall, as well as more trees, plantings, signage, and benches. In 1976, the Darien Historical Society and Darien High School students built the Middlesex, an authentic replica of the 18th century whaleboats. These were used by local patriots in the Revolutionary War to fight the British Navy in Long Island Sound. The Darien Historical Society is restoring this artifact so that it can be part of Darien's upcoming 2020 bicentennial celebrations. The live turtle exhibit continues to be the most popular attraction for children at the Darien Nature Center, which welcomes over 16,000 visits annually. A new forest and pond ecosystem will allow visitors to engage with several species of turtle that will live together in a 50-square-foot habitat that resembles their natural home.
This has been such a special collaboration between the Darien Nature Center and the Darien Foundation, because not only have they provided generous funding to us, but we've been able to meet with members of the foundation and our staff and talk about what is going to make the very best exhibit for the town of Darien, and we've really added value to the process by doing that.
The vast majority of food distributed by Person to Person is donated from local suppliers and businesses. A group of dedicated volunteers drives the brand new cargo van on these daily rounds, which each year account for more than $100,000 in collected food. Person to Person also has an extensive youth program, offering many Darien High School and middle school students their first experiences at volunteering.
Thanks to the Darien Foundation, we have a beautiful new van. We're very excited about it, not only because it's new and it's safe for those who are riding in it and driving and going to pick up all the food, but also it speaks to the support of the Darien Foundation, as well as speaks to what Person to Person does in the community.
For more than 20 years, the Darien Foundation has been investing in Darien, offering our town's youth, emergency services, and community organizations an avenue to pursue innovation and excellence. Collaboration with you, the members of our community, has been vital to our mission. Thank you for supporting the Darien Foundation. We are building a better Darien together.
In 2008, a group of 4 women came together to create a playground by the beach for kids to have fun.
We thought it would be great to have a playground at the beach. We live in a community that's on the water, and it would be really fun to be able to appreciate that.
There was a playground here originally, but it was in the backwoods and there were mosquitoes. It was very, very unappealing and no one wanted to go there. Building and designing and fundraising the playground definitely took a good amount of time.
We had to fund it. It was $250,000. We had an estimate given to us. We had to fundraise for that amount of money, and we started out with different ways of doing that.
One of my good friends did PR, one did the graphic design. I ended up being in charge of selling all of the bricks. We had someone doing the playground design, and we were all moms who were mothers of preschoolers who had just left the workforce.
We approached a lot of different big companies, and they said they couldn't fund us. We weren't really reaching the amount that we needed to reach. We decided to go ahead and ask the Darien Foundation for a large donation to kind of kickstart the campaign.
The Darien Foundation wanted us to expand the project a little bit because they felt like the playground was really only for the 2 to 6-year-olds. Once the Darien Foundation agreed to pledge money, the town agreed that we could put swings in.
When other people heard that we had gotten money from the Darien Foundation, they were able to say, well, this is going to happen. This idea is actually going to come to fruition. So a lot of people then came on as funders. Local businesses came. More families decided to buy bricks because they knew that this playground was really going to happen. It wasn't just some pipe dream of 19 moms.
Well, one of the great aspects of the playground as we designed it was that we had it open to the beach because the kids love running back and forth to the water and then back to the playground.
One of my favorite parts of the playground is that it's in the shape of the nautical theme with the ship and the lighthouse, given that it's on the beach.
It's because of the playground that the parents come and really take the time and enjoy, have their coffee, and watch their kids grow up and have fun.
Playground by the Sound has been an important part of the community for 10 years. During our 3rd annual Weed Beach Fest this June, we made the playground kind of a center point of the actual event. In honor of the 10th birthday of the Playground by the Sound, the Darien Foundation hosted our Kids Cove, and for the first time we were able to offer it open and free to the public for over 400 kids to enjoy, and we are so thankful for the Darien Foundation.
The Playground by the Sound grant had a big impact on the Darien Foundation in 2 ways. Number one, it was our first, or one of our first, big capital grants, and we were really excited to partner with the 4 moms that brought the project to us here at Weed Beach. The second thing is, it got people to feel in town that they could come to us and make presentations and bring their good ideas, and we would be receptive and open to hear those ideas. And it's created a great dialogue between the Darien community and the Darien Foundation.
People need to know that they can do something like this on their own, and with partnering with the Darien Foundation to actually do the funding made it happen.
And we're back under the lights on DAF Media alongside Eric Hannigan. I'm Jay Alter, 2 class of 2012 alums. One of us played soccer, one did not. You can figure out on the commentary which is which. As Darien on senior night tries to close out this 2-0 lead in the second half.
Oh, my.
St. Joe's.
What a start.
A burst of speed. Oh, everything but the finish. The Cadets are charging forward. This is an electric start to this second half.
I'm still rubbing the sleep out of my eyes from my halftime nap. I'm not sure what just happened there. But again, we see the pace of Lewicki on the right side. Just charges forward. I almost think he should have just put one on the cage. Knocked one of the cameras out just after Damien put another one up. And here's Lewicki again.
Where was this the entire first half?
I don't know.
St. Joe's, rather, has had 2 chances in 50 seconds, 2 more than they had the entire 40 minutes of the first
game.
half.
Someone woke the sleeping bear, and they are really under attack here, Darien.
Hold on. Sleeping, that's not a nice term for John Bradley.
No, John's been up and out of his chair.
Where is the chair? Because
no, there are
when
2
you
of them.
Okay, back when you coached, he would not leave the chair.
Yeah, so I think Bronca has one of them, which he deserves. He's obviously injured. Then the other looks like it's kind of a utility chair, just 2 musical chairs, whoever can snag it. But you're right, John really.
No, he's been active tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a foul against St. Joe's, uncalled.
And now it's
called. No, they did call. Yep. Well, that should definitely wake Darien up.
Yeah.
See, this is why you can't take your foot off the gas
Correct.
at any level.
Yeah, and I think John knows that as he's typing on his phone.
Probably to you.
Yeah, what just happened is what I'll expect to be seeing. But again, they haven't conceded yet, Darien, but there were some opportunities. Oh, as Darien have a good chance of their own.
John would have missed it.
Sears with the the great ball there over the top.
Maybe he's watching us.
Maybe. I mean, I don't blame him.
He enjoys the commentary. He actually does a fair amount of commentary for DAF Media with the girls' games.
The girls' games, yes. And he does bring, it's nice to have a coach's perspective. And he's been great on some of the broadcasts. I think I've done one or two with him. So it is fun doing it alongside him. Obviously, a great sense of humor. Great accent as well.
Hello, mate. I can put one on.
God. Cut his mic, please.
And just trying to find that rhythm that they had in the first half.
Yeah, and it's interesting. I think we've kind of fallen back into that first half pattern here where St. Joe's are now backing off and defending. They really should have stuck with it, that first 50 seconds of adrenaline they had, or whatever you want to call it, because that was their best chance of the game, and they really need to continue that if they want to have any chance of pulling something back tonight. Oh.
Well, you said it, Eric. At the end of that first half, it started to get a little chippy, and as the game wanes on, it is senior night. St. Joe's, they may not leave with a result, but they may want to leave with a couple of hits.
Yeah. They might, and you obviously don't wish to see that, and clean tackles can be good tackles, however, but you're right. They will want to at least make an impression and let Darien know that they were present tonight. Ideally, you can do that with a goal.
Yeah.
Some teams choose to do it in other manners.
Pachacha.
Oh, doing the Pachacha slide there.
Yeah, I thought he would put one on Cage. Great through ball.
I don't know why he stopped running, but on he goes.
That could be a corner, maybe. No, foul.
It looks like he's pointing to a corner.
Yeah, there you go. I was going to say, you often tried to leave with making your mark.
Oh, this was the transition question you were asking.
Well, you led the league in yellow cards, correct?
Yeah, but I had a I guess theory about that. I think you do need a player who at least leaves some sort of impact and makes the other team known that your players aren't going to get pushed over. Sometimes it ends in a yellow card as we see the ball just creep in there.
Almost an opportunity
for
Pachacha. Didn't get stuck in.
No, he didn't.
And now Darien on the break. A slide tackle keeps St. Joe's from letting a third goal in.
Yeah, and it looks like Carson Rodriguez did his own Pachacha slide on the grounds there to tackle the ball.
Darien trying to play it forward into the mixer. Top of the box. It's Sears. Oh, what a beautiful ball. Is it the finish? No.
That was tiki-taka. I don't remember if I'm watching Barcelona or Darien right now. Just some great play from Sears. Flick over the head. McElhoe's head on.
That was a thing of beauty.
It was. It was
inches away.
Yeah, it was a great play there from Darien.
I would have sent that in for SportsCenter Top 10 tonight.
Well, Scott Van Pelt might have done it. As long as it saves us from listening to him, it would have been good to have.
Scott's a good man. All right, St. Joe's trying to break quickly now. This game is wide open. You could run a train through this game right now.
You can.
Who does that favor more? Because you can make arguments for both sides.
Yeah,
the team trailing by 2 needs an open game.
Yeah, I think it favors Darien. Honestly, I think St. Joe's are going to be caught committing too many men forward. And you can't blame them. Again, John's methodology for a lot of games is you could lose by 1, you could lose by 3 at the end of the day. It's still a loss. So St. Joe's, if they do concede it, it's not the biggest deal, but I do think Darien could threaten on the counterattack.
Olay.
Olay is right. Oh, no, the camera.
Could you imagine? Our the head of DAF Media.
Just, yeah, he worked diligently to move those cameras at halftime for the replays, just to get a better angle for the purpose of not having the ball hit it. But we saw there it did come close as Darien launched that ball back up the fields. Like one of Elon Musk's rocket as McElhose dances through the midfield. Oh, and a shot goes wide. Big Ben there with the effort. Just can't wrap his foot around that as he slices the shot off into the darkness. St. Joe's here with a second to have a breather, but they don't have too much time if they do want to crawl back into this one.
Did you know that Darien has a concession stand now?
I did, actually. I thought Damien was going to get us a hot dog at halftime. But
Lights, blue track, dark jerseys.
I thought they had a concession stand.
Not when we were here.
No,
No,
I thought they
not a
had
chance.
something. Not like that.
Not a chance. Oh, maybe it was a parent under a tent.
Handing out hot dogs. You know, I think you were right.
I mean, it was Susan Cannigan. Oh, great movement. Darien trying to add
better.
one more.
Oh, my. Tries to sneak that one into the field hockey net there.
Go Fish. And John Bradley urging his team to keep their foot on the gas for the final 30 minutes tonight on senior night.
As we see Jack Hawley coming on here.
He had one of the 2 goals for Darien, the opener.
Brian Gorey in the game, along with Jack Howell.
And Brian Gorey comes on senior night, touching the field for the first time this evening, number 15 in black.
Thumping header. And a nice fair catch from St. Joe's coach.
He gives
and
a
a thumbs up to the crowd.
Thumbs up, Cobb. Love that. Love that. You know, last time we were on the call, Eric, we had a 3-man booth. Former captain with you, dear friend Lewis Clark. That is not a made-up name. His name is actually Lewis Clark, Englishman.
Sacagawea was here with us too.
He's on assignment tonight in Austin, Texas, for the Premier League Fan Fest. So if you're a soccer fan, you can tune in tomorrow morning, and the NBC Sports and the Premier League will be live from Austin, Texas.
Yeah, those are always great events, and you know, it's a shame he couldn't join us tonight, but there are some great matches in the Premier League, and I do know a lot of players follow the Premier League at this level. It's a great way to learn, and watching does help immensely, just in terms of play style, inspiration, as we see some inspiration right there from Jack Hawley.
Still on the ball. Oh, McElhose.
Oh,
back to Hawley. The finish.
Oh!
Top cheddar. And Darien takes a 3-0 lead on senior night.
And unlike the appliance store, this Sears is open for business as he goes top shelf and just absolutely nails that one. McElhose does well, just like a gazelle, cuts it back, and Sears says, "See you later."
The Christian Pulisic to Mishi Batshuayi finish.
What a goal here.
Take your top net off. Ah, that is where Mama hides the cookies. Up top. Sears putting a cap on senior night as he checks out with a 3-0 lead. A resounding effort. His final kick of the game goes to the top corner.
You know, John talked about it before the game. He did want to give Sears a rest. He had a groin injury. As we see the replay again, I do think John took Sears out so he could repair that net, because there's got to be a hole in there somewhere. I think it's still smoking. That just fired off his foot.
You know what? And I don't want to leave Jack Hawley and McElhose out. The build-up play was phenomenal.
Oh, it was fantastic. Again, Hawley with those step overs, just as I was talking about, inspired play. he just got a spark of inspiration to just dance past St. Joe's and McElhose with a great awareness to cut that ball back.
Well, and you just begun to talk about it. The Premier League, FIFA, the video game, that gets a lot of people of the younger generation, certainly got us really interested. And there's one thing, okay, I play soccer, but to really get interested in the game, passion for the game, you have to surround yourself in it.
Yeah, I think there are different levels of it. You know, a lot of players just play high school soccer. You have some that play in the off season as well for club teams, premier teams. And then you have those that go even further and are constantly watching, you know, using their free time to tune up those skills. And not to say one's better than the other, but, you know, it again just shows a difference in level of interest. And it's a great way to kind of build up that repertoire.
McElhose charging onto the ball again. He has been a force in this second half.
He says adios and back to Jack Hawley.
Have a holly jolly, almost finished. Back to Holly.
Oh, my.
He's an excellent dribbler.
There's a jersey
pull
pull there.
That's a foul.
Oh, is that a penalty?
That is a – wait, what?
No.
What are you looking at?
I can't see the lines, Jay.
It's almost off the pitch.
No, he was inside one of those boxes.
Yeah, in field hockey, that would be a penalty. No,
it's 5 yards off.
Holly's going to take the –
Oh, my. He's lining up like Ronaldo. Oh, John crushed
said,
that tree.
knock it off.
I think that's better there.
Your eyes are better than me, maybe.
Vetter might be better.
I think there was a guitarist, Eddie Vetter.
Aye.
Oh, handball.
Yep.
Penalty. Yep.
And I hope we can see a replay here.
That's the correct
decision.
decision.
I would love to see a replay.
And a yellow card. Lucky that what? Oh, we're being told no replay, which is fine. So basically, we'll explain this for you very simply. He blocked
it with his hand.
blocked the free kick with his hand.
Yeah, it's a handball in the box.
See, I think that's a blatant.
Yeah.
Why not a red card?
Well, no, at this level, you'd be hard pressed to find a red card for that. But
I mean, he intentionally. But it's fine.
Yeah, I think he could be blocked.
So who steps up here? Who's the penalty taker? It would be Sears, but he's off the pitch.
No, it might be a testament to senior night here.
It's Vetter.
Is that Vetter? No, it's. Is it?
9.
God, turn to the side. Yeah, it is Vetter.
Vetter steps up. It's 4-0.
Have some.
Grab the ball. They're not done. Okay. The extra point is good as well. 4-0. Could we have a Leicester City Southampton score
we
line?
We might. I don't know. The refs looked like they were discussing something as we see the replay of the penalty kick.
Well, this could be a yellow card on Vetter for kicking the ball, right?
I think they might have just been discussing the handball decision.
Oh, okay.
Or dinner plans later. Yeah, it looks like he is discussing it with the coach.
Well, it's a fine line, right? Senior night, you're fired up, you score a goal under the lights, but...
Oh, are we talking about the handball or the punt?
Oh, well, I thought maybe the St. Joe's coach was discussing a yellow
he
card
could be.
for Vetter.
I think this might come into play with the interesting yellow card rule in high school, where you do have to come out for 10 minutes. As we see the reverse angle of the penalty kick here, I'm glad we have this angle. As Vetter just says,
Elias Vetter.
See you later. So we still have some ongoing conversation. Yeah, I do think this is a discussion about whether or not the player can come back on the field.
Okay.
I believe, from my experience with yellow cards, it was a 10-minute wait before you could come back on. So I'm not sure if that's.
You had plenty of experience, so I would defer to you.
Oh, nice dummy there.
So if you're Darien, you just want to really keep this game as a clean sheet. You don't want to allow a goal. 4-0 is probably the proper score line.
Oh.
Or would you just keep going?
No, I think you keep going. It's senior night.
All righty.
St. Joe's has been very tough in their challenges. That was a good challenge, in my opinion. He got the ball completely. Ref called it. Not sure why. As we see intensity picking up here. Again, I think we played St. Joe's at home, and it was maybe 5-0 or 5-1. And kind of the same thing happened. The St. Joe's players grow frustrated. Any team going down grows frustrated. You see some wayward tackles and just can lead to.
I remember that game. It was 5-1. I think Ben Heighton had 2 or 3.
Jonathan Gill actually scored in that game.
Wow.
I don't remember saying that often. But
so St. Joe's was even worse in 2011 than they were this season, if Jonathan Gill was finding his way to the back of the net.
Oh, and of course, this is all banter. Jonathan, a good friend, and was a good left winger. Very
he was a
talented
center
on the ball.
midfielder.
He played both. You're right. I think he played more in the center. As we see a boot up the pitch. Doesn't clear that first line of defense. And Vetter goes and puts in a tackle of his own. Jack Hawley back on the ball.
He's been man of the match for me tonight.
Has he?
Got the opening goal, had a beautiful assist.
Thump.
The student section wants more seniors on the field. Can't blame them.
And I just want more McElhost.
And Holly, that is the green light of the night. McElhost to Holly, looking for another goal. McElhost cleans up.
Oh, 1-2.
Oh,
give me,
please.
Give me another.
Oh, no, everything but the finish.
It is just so fun to watch right now on that right side. Get me a highlight tape.
This has been a brilliant game if you're Darien. You just came out and executed from top to bottom.
Yeah, I think it took them a little time to execute on what they were hoping for. But at the end of the day, or at the end of a half and 20 minutes, they're up 4-0. So they can be happy with that as we see John adding some new players on the pitch. Looks like we have John Reynolds, James Galvin, and Harry Collins coming on with a triple sub. Jack Hawley playing another good ball forward to Vetter, who plays another good ball over the top. As the fans call for a foul, but I think even the players know that that was just a trip by Gorey.
A tradition like no other, yelling "sir" at the referee.
Yeah, I think that's an all-timer.
Credit St. Joe still getting stuck in the midfield despite the scoreline, making things difficult for the Blue Wave right now.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think that was Atanasio. I apologize for the pronunciation, but he was the one who was talked to by the ref for a tough challenge, and I just saw a few seconds ago he did pull back, so I think he's a little hesitant. As Darien do look to continue the scoring. Again, this is one of those games where you have players who aren't on the pitch all that much during the season. They'll want to get on the score sheet. Some of the players who do play throughout the season want to get a goal to their name. And why not? I mean, they're playing well. If you keep feeding the ball through McElhost and Hawley, I mean, anything could happen.
They have been the two dominant players in black for the Blue Wave tonight.
Yeah, I think Hawley is really showing that he could be a Pulisic.
Yeah. Great dribbler.
Great talent, great cross.
Looks like we might have a goalie sub as well. Lehan has made his way over, so another 5 changes for the Blue Wave with about 20 minutes left in this game. I'll tell you one thing. It really helps when you put 5, 6 new players in, because the players that are currently in may say, hey, we're up 4-0, we'll take our foot off the gas. For the kids running on, they're going to give just a kind of a punch up in energy.
Oh, yeah. again, they want to get on the field and make an impact right away. They want to take advantage of this game time. So yeah, it's a rush of adrenaline.
I want to shout out, while we have a stop and play, 5 seniors on the Blue Wave boys soccer team that also help out Damian Andrew and the DAF Media Network. George Holt, Charlie Sears, who had a goal earlier tonight, Ethan Haas, who's subbing onto the field right now, number 20. Aiden Scalco, and Peter Fox. So those 5 are part of the large student production here at the DAF Media Network.
My hat is off to all of them.
And the great crew that we have on tonight doing a fantastic job.
Yes, absolutely. And hat goes off as well to Thomas Bronca, who did not concede a goal tonight. The freshman with a great performance. The green machine, as you might call him tonight.
Yeah, he was terrific. And just a freshman.
Yeah, it's very promising.
Who were some of the seniors on your team that I guess would be putting in a shift throughout the season on the practice squad and got on senior night? And, you know, because again, you can't play everybody. When you have 21 seniors, you had a large senior class as well.
Yeah, you know, a couple names come to mind. Russell Palmer really put in a shift in practice and training. As we see a good shot there. Brian Previtt was another one who was so much fun to watch when he came on, because he really
had a cannon.
He had a cannon, put in tough challenges. Great team player. I mean, brought so much to the team, both in practice and in games, and he was just so much fun to be around. Elliot Helgens, I mean, the name speaks for itself. He was such a powerful player. There were a number of...
A story I really like to tell from your senior class is Jeff Hubbard. He started off the season as a striker. And John Bradley comes in, first-year head coach, and Hubbs is having a tough preseason. Going through the paces.
That's a nice way of putting it.
And he ends up getting converted to center back and ends up being one of the best
in the FCAC.
Center backs in the entire FCAC.
Yeah, that was another one of John's kind of master strokes there. His conversion in position, again, started as a striker, had played striker for a long time, and then just showed his worth in the back line and really made a formidable defense. So.
But really, it was a collective group that saw your team rise from the bottom of the FCAC to the top of the FCAC in your senior season.
Yeah, it was a great year. And again, I think a lot of it goes to Bradley's input as coach. But again, just the spirit and mentality of the players. I think it was just the right mix of factors that year that played into it.
What are some of the characteristics that are in a John Bradley coach team? You know, it was year one when you were a senior, but that still carry over 8 years later to this team tonight? The characteristics of a John Bradley coach team.
You know, I think it's maximizing the skills and talents of the players and knowing how to use them. It's not trying to force a play style on a group of kids. It's adapting.
So St. Joe's with an opportunity as we tick under 18 minutes to play here. So we heard from the head of DAF Media Network. This game was actually moved up an hour. I'm glad they did that. We get to dinner a little earlier. Darien wins 4-0.
No triple E. We see St. Joe's with a chip of a free kick.
Lehan's had more action than Bronca tonight. In the first couple of minutes he's come on.
would love to see Pachacha on the ball a little bit more.
He's been a bright spot for the St. Joe's
He
team.
has, absolutely. Great dribbling. Great talent. And I think he is actually, yeah, he's a freshman.
Maybe the future's bright for this St. Joe's team. A lot of freshmen on the pitch tonight.
Yeah, I hope so.
A lot of seniors on the pitch. 21 seniors in total for John Bradley's team. Is John's rule, I would imagine, he does not cut seniors?
Yeah, that's definitely one of his rules. I know our previous coaches didn't necessarily hold the same belief, but John saw so much value again in what they bring to practice and what they bring to the sideline.
Camaraderie.
And why not? If the players want to be on the team, then
McElhose almost picked another beautiful ball.
Oh, as he comes in charging like a rhinoceros. Oh, and he gets the
Wins
ball.
the ball.
Look, he's not done.
Oh, man, he is your perfect holding midfielder.
Oh, absolutely. He's a great utility player. As we see 4 more subs.
And he comes off the pitch. I mean, he gave it all.
I'm texting John to tell him to put him back.
I'm actually clapping here in the broadcast booth. I don't know if you can hear that. Excellent. And now you are really getting to see the bench cleared, seniors. Oh, no, he heard you. He heard you.
McElhose is back.
I mean, really, John looks at his text that quickly, huh? I mean, he just gallops right onto the pitch. That is excellent. Now, this is what it's all about. You know, the student sections, under the lights, the team, everybody rooting, even in a 4-0 game. A lot of energy, and it's been a lot of fun.
You know, a couple of years, well, a number of years back, a lot of soccer games didn't get much of a turnout. But now we see that they are, and it's great to see the class, Darien, or multiple classes come out and support the seniors tonight.
Holly, dangerous on the ball.
Oh, just tries to wrap his. Is that a handball? Yeah. Wrong sport.
The third one tonight against St. Joe's.
One of them more controversial than the other.
Yeah, led to a penalty in the 4th goal scored by the Blue. Could that be another handball? Darien's bench certainly thinks so. Nothing called. John Bradley actually telling his players to calm down.
Oh, and McElhose looks like his night is coming to an end. I'm applauding over here. He had a great night.
You know what? Darien definitely has the tools in the shed to make a deep run in states.
Yeah,
They've got a really good nucleus of McElhose, Sears, and Holly.
Yeah, it's a great set of players that they have. Strong defense as well. Again, they have the like you refer to it, the tools in the tool shed to make a run. And it's games like these where you win 4-0, scored all of their goals from open play. The one kind of came from a corner, well, and the penalty. So half of their goals came from open play, but irrespective of all that, it gives them confidence going forward. And I do think they can perform better than their record might attest to in states.
All right, here's an opportunity for Darien with a couple of seniors, utility players, practice players typically throughout the season could make their mark on senior night from a dangerous set piece. You got the jersey, mate? You know who we got here?
No.
Nah, I can't tell.
I can't see.
The field goal is up and good. And in the field hockey net as well.
You know, you think that joke get old after a couple of years, but it's always always applicable. And camera's safe.
Yes, we're very happy about that. 4-0 Blue Wave lead here on Senior Night, brought to you by the DAF Media Network. St. Joe's trying to put a couple of passes together. Great touch. That's George Holt Darien, the cavalry is coming. 7 players going forward. A foul is called against the Blue Wave, though.
Do you think Sears has some Sean Longstaff in him?
Actually, you know what? That is perfect. Young, well, and those who don't know, I support the club Newcastle. Young up-and-coming player, very tidy on the ball. Actually, that's very applicable.
He's a real Longstaff. I'm sure I'll like to hear
and
that.
you would, okay. We've got McElhouse. I was thinking he's kind of your Eric Deere.
Eric
Big
Dyer,
yeah. Big
Spurs.
Big midfielder who really commands
big presence. Yeah.
Actually, McElhouse might be a little more agile.
I was going to say Victor Wanyama, but
I like that one too. Musa Sissoko.
Oh gosh.
Well, it is fun. I mean, to kind of play that game.
Yeah.
Like if you're a high schooler playing FIFA, or watching a Premier League game. My game kind of models itself after that. Who would you have said you were?
You beat me to the punch. I was going to ask you who you envisioned yourself as.
Me?
From pickup.
Oh man. Keylor Navas in net.
You did put in a strong performance.
I'm trying to think.
Soccer.
Hothead.
Oh gosh, yellow cards.
If you played striker, I would say Luis Suarez, but no, more of a midfielder. I don't know, actually. I'd actually say, going back a little bit, maybe Frank Lampard. Captain, never afraid to take a crucial penalty.
I like it. I mean, I won't complain.
Frank kind of had a temper to him too.
A little bit, but he was well composed. Oh, and it looks like we have another goalie switch here.
Now, I don't think that's Bronca
No,
they're putting back in. They're wearing the double zeros,
Yeah.
but it's almost certainly a senior. Because Darien does not have a senior goalkeeper. I'm sure they now have all 11 players on the pitch as a senior for the final 10 minutes of this game.
Yeah, and that was one of the things I kind of wanted John to do for me, was to let me play goal for a game. But unfortunately, Stanford was not a walkover game, so that didn't happen.
Plus, you did have a senior goalkeeper, right? Oh, no, it was Fisher.
Yeah. I
could have sworn you did, but
I don't think we did.
I guess I should have came out for the team.
Oh, I guess.
St. Joe's, no.
Just over the net and the camera. As Darien wind down the last
successful senior night,
yeah,
I would say, right?
Okay, that's a better way of putting it. A very successful senior night.
It was really nice to see the parents on the field before the game as well. I do like kind of the
ceremony.
Yeah, it's just such a beautiful moment for the family, because it is the climax of what is for a lot of these kids starting at first grade, Saturday mornings on the soccer field at Middlesex Middle School, and you realize it's all coming to an end.
Yeah, I think it means a lot to the parents, and I think it will, if it doesn't already, mean a lot to the players. These are the people who have been taking their kids to practices from youth soccer on through middle school, high school. So like you said, it's the culmination of all of that. Seeing them come to support their player and their son at this game, it's a big night. So they do a great job at the ceremony. It's very appropriate to have that pregame ceremony and ritual of sorts, and it was just a nice occasion.
Darien does have such a great youth soccer program. A lot of these kids go through it together.
Yep.
And now for it to all end on a senior night like tonight, with the score line what it is, 4-0, it's pretty special.
It is, yeah. And one of the cool things is John usually knows how each year is going to perform at the varsity level, because he's seen so many of these kids come up through the youth program. He's so integrated in youth soccer in this town. He also knows the other coaches very well, so he knows what to expect, and helps him, I think, prepare for a season. Again, kind of get the team prepared in such a way to play towards the most effective way that they can. And I think it's part of the reason he's been so successful.
And for John, it'll be tough to see some of these seniors go.
Yeah, I think so. There are some very talented players here that he'll miss for sure. But, of course, that's why you get some of these younger players in, as we saw earlier tonight in games like this, just to get them the game time and the experience to continue forward in years to come.
And John Bradley will be going on year number 10 next fall as Darien Varsity boys head coach.
I swear he looks younger since I started with him. He seems to not age in both his looks and enthusiasm for the sport and the team.
Dangerous ball forward. Darien looking for Mambo number 5. Under 6 minutes to go on senior night.
Yeah, that was a very nice ball over the top there. Oh, and a great clearance. Gets the crowd going as we just inch closer to the 5-minute mark. Oh, great turn there from St. Joe's number 5. Nicholas Valverde, great turn, ends no-look pass. A hint of Firmino.
Opportunity for St. Joe's. You know what? The goalie did just enough to put him off and get the goal kick.
He did.
So what is it? Darien has 1 game remaining, Eric? 2 maybe? And
Yeah,
then it's state playoff time?
It's something around there.
Well, what's interesting is Darien, so they didn't qualify for FCX, so they'll actually get a week or 2 off to reload, and they could face in the state playoffs a lot of teams that still had to play these last couple of weeks. So maybe you catch a team while they're a little tired.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that because I do remember even with FCX, and we made it to the second round of 3, you still have about 1 or 2 week break, and it feels weird. You know, you go from practice every day to having that break. I think John took an afternoon just to bring us out to the track, just to do some stretching, nothing more than that. He realizes that late in the season, you're as well prepared as you can be in a lot of situations. So just to try and ease the pressure that may be falling on the players, he does take a very good, relaxed approach to some things, which does help.
Corner for St. Joe's.
Oh, and he picks it up.
And he rolls it right out. Darien on the break.
Oh, I was in the mood for a good counterattack.
Well, you still might be. It's a 3-on-1 if they can get it forward. No, chase down.
Tyler O'Brien there on the right, trying to burst down that right side.
St. Joe's no quit in the cadets.
That should be offsides. I disagree with the ref there, but
doesn't matter anyway as Darien cleans it up.
That's right. They're pushing back up the fields. So we're just over 2 minutes.
Final 2 minutes in the senior class of 2020. Their senior night, trying to close out a 4-0 win here at home.
looking for another goal, actually. As Darien, you'll see there really is no means to their formation here. They're pushing everyone up the field. They just want to notch a goal, which is understandable for a game like this. Oh, great ball.
Opportunity here.
Oh,
into the
great ball.
box. Header. It's in! Capping off a magical senior night. All the bounces tonight for the Blue Wave. We will get another look at this.
And it's a great ball, and Gil Hooley says, have some.
This magic moment. Off the head and into the back of the net. Off the crossbar, then the goalie, then the goal.
Now, there's an easy comparison. We have an Antoine Griezmann right there with the
the
great flow, and honestly, a very trademark header there. Did so well. He was almost falling back off balance, leans back and gets his head on it. Just a looping header.
And that is exactly what senior night is all about. He will remember that goal for the rest of his life.
Oh, and I think if you look on the sideline here, the team is ready to charge the field and support. I mean, that just sums up what these occasions are for. And in addition to that great moment, you have a 5-0 scoreline. So great result all around as we see Darien with the corner.
One more, maybe.
And
he wants to go up for it.
Goalkeeper wants to come up.
He should. Have a go. 30 seconds. Can it be 6?
Oh.
Cleared away. One more chance, though. Final 20 seconds. Thrown into the box.
Gil Hooley looking for another.
Final 10 seconds.
And it's funny, this type of play is what you see in a game when they're chasing a goal, but they're up 5-0. And we see a countdown here.
That does it. A picture-perfect senior night. 5-0 for the class of 2020. Blue Wave beats the Cadets of St. Joe's.
Yeah, you see how much it means to these players. Again, these moments are what these senior nights are about. You have the typical starters going and congratulating all the other players who got their time tonight. Really special moment, and it's really fun to watch and get to see them. So, great occasion tonight. Great result for Darien, and hopefully some good momentum for them going into the state tournament.
And a great call by former Darien soccer star Eric Hannigan and DHS alum Jay Alter. Gentlemen, what a game. Treated to a lot of offense by the Blue Wave. I want to thank our DAF Media production crew, our director, Peter McLean, Andrew Banks on camera 1, Braden Schenk, camera 2, and our instant replay coordinator who did a terrific job tonight, Connor Fagan. All student volunteers here at Darien High School and do a tremendous job on these DAF media broadcasts throughout the academic school year. I want to thank Eric and Jay for a terrific job on the broadcast tonight. And again, our entire crew, great job. So for Jay Alter, Eric Hannigan, and our entire DAF Media production crew, Peter McLean, Andrew Banks, Braden Schenk, Connor Fagan. I'm Damian Andrew. Thanks so much for tuning in on this Friday night under the lights here at Stadium Field. Darien, blank St. Joe's on senior night, 5-0. Have a great weekend, everybody.